Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
As we read through the Bible, we should find lessons in the lives of biblical characters, learn from them, and apply them to our own lives. But I'll have to say Genesis 22 is a hard one. Lots of great treasures in this section, but it's hard to put into practice in real life. We start out this chapter with a slight advantage. We know what God's going to ask of Abraham, to sacrifice his son. And we know how it'll all turn out, God providing the sacrifice. But Abraham doesn't know what's ahead. We know it's a test, but for him it's the real thing. Which got me to thinking, why would God do this to Abraham? And more importantly, why would Abraham take him seriously? In Psalm 139, the psalmist says, "O Lord, you have searched me and know me. You know my downsitting and my uprising. You understand my thought afar off. You comprehend my path and my lying down and are acquainted with all my ways. For there is not a word on my tongue, but behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. You have hedged me in behind and before and laid your hand upon me." He ends this psalm with, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxieties, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." God is omniscient. He knows everything, even the depths of our heart, even better than we know ourselves. Actually, much better than we know ourselves. As a history buff, I've always wondered how I would react in certain situations. Like, would I have risked my life to hide Jews in Nazi-occupied Europe? Would I have stood for Christ or denied my faith under persecution of the early church? How would I live as a Christian in India, China, or the Middle East today? Would I be strong enough? I'd like to think I would, but deep down, I'm afraid I wouldn't, that I'd give in under pressure, or separated from family and comforts. But we really don't know that about ourselves unless we're actually tested, do we? I think that's how Abraham was. He may have hoped he loved God more than he loved his son Isaac, but he wasn't sure. It's ironic that in this context, the word love is mentioned for the first time in the Bible, and God asks that the thing he loves the most be what he gives up. Abraham's love for Isaac was never questioned, but the test was if he loved God more, if he trusted God with the one he loved. Would he pass the test? Throughout this chapter, Abraham says 3 words 3 times that shows his heart so vividly. He says them first in verse 1. When God called to him, "Abraham," he replied, "Here I am." Contrast this response with Adam in the garden, hiding when the Lord called to him. Abraham is the complete opposite. He's like a 3rd grader who's anxious to answer the teacher's questions, raising his hand, bouncing up and down in the seat as if to say, "Call on me, call on me." Or maybe he's more like that butler you see on TV who's always at the family's beck and call. They ring and he shows up, ready to do their bidding. Either way, Abraham was there, available, eager to hear from God, ready to do what the Lord asked. How are you and I with that? Are we available, ready, and willing whenever God calls us? Are we eager to do his bidding, no matter the personal cost? And more importantly, would we pass the test?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.